We know that Central Motor Vehicle Act and the new implementation of Central Motor Vehicle Act has been a challenge in the state of Tamil Nadu. I'll just give you a brief before we start this discussion. Um, I'll just give you a brief before we start this discussion. Since 2017, there were a lot of discussions at the central level in MORTH for developing a process of registering vehicles, developing a unified process across India, because most of these states were having their own software, were doing registration on their own, having their own acts, though the Central Motor Vehicle Act was there since 1988. This act, the process of modification and doing the changes were being done. We were part of the committee in MORTH, and by the end of March 2021, the entire process was rolled out across Pan India through Vahan, and it simplified the registration process. When we deliver a vehicle, we are supposed to now install HSRP to that vehicle. HSRP can only be installed when the vehicle is registered, when everything is done. The process is supposed to be seamless, and the vision of the government was to have a faceless registration process. So no physical interaction with the local RTOs. That was the vision. When this act was enacted in 2021, we started lobbying across India, and we were quite successful in getting this thing implemented across nation except Tamil Nadu. We didn't have any option but to go to the court. We have our legal counsel. We wanted to get the best of the counsel in the state of Tamil Nadu who could represent this case, because it's supposed to be a very important this thing for us. And we were given reference of Rahul and his father, Mr. Mani Shankhar, that they are the best to handle the case. And I'll give the mic now to Rahul to probably take you through the journey of the legal process and how it got initiated and what were the outcomes of the different petitions, writ petitions which we had filed. Over to you, Rahul. Thank you.
Thank you for having me here, Federation of Automobile Dealers Association. I think we've been on this journey for almost 2 years now. When I first got the call from Mr. Giridhar, we had set up a meeting with the entire team, and they brought to our notice various amendments made to the Motor Vehicles Rules and the CMVR, the Motor Vehicles Act and the CMVR, that were not implemented in the state of Tamil Nadu. In fact, about approximately 20 states in the entire country had implemented it. However, Tamil Nadu was proving to be difficult, to say the least. On a cursory view of all of the amendments made, it was very clear that this was for the welfare of the people. In fact, the Motor Vehicles Act and the CMVR, the rules is considered a welfare legislation that is to enhance the livelihood of the general public, more so to protect the people who are interested parties with respect to these legislations. So these amendments, for example, you don't need to give your PAN card for registration. One shouldn't have a driver's license. It's not a requirement for registration of a vehicle. Stopping intrastate temporary registrations when the dealers and the buyers are coming from a same state, because that multiplies the problem even further for dealers. So these are all things that were not for the benefit of the dealers alone, but also for the end customer, who is the general public. Even applying for fancy numbers where the bid is taken online. So these are all things that helps the general public, so to say, when they are purchasing cars day in, day out, or purchasing vehicles day in, day out. So when they first came to us, we definitely said we should go to court, we should initiate proceedings by filing a writ petition seeking a direction to the state government of Tamil Nadu and also to the government of Pondicherry to implement these rules that have been in existence since 2019 and 2021. Once the writ petition was filed, even though the time taken was very less so far as the face time before courts are concerned, I don't want to get into the time taken before the bureaucracy, which is the registry, the courts understood the point very quickly. When we went before the first bench, when the main writ petition was moved, they gave one opportunity for the state to file a counter, and the very next occasion they had allowed all 7 or 8 prayers that we had sought in the writ petition. So the judges were also all in for implementation of these transformative reforms that were being brought upon by the central government, especially when the central government and the NIC, who were made parties to the writ petition, said that they were fully on board to bring up all of these changes immediately. And it was the state government alone that had certain apprehensions to bring about these changes. Once we got the order, now it came to the question of implementing that order, which the state government was, again, little apprehensive about for reasons best known to them. They had also filed an appeal over this order before the Honorable Supreme Court, which came to be dismissed, even without notice being ordered. So that was a very huge victory for FADA in protecting the interests of all of its end customers. Recently we also initiated proceedings for implementation of that, of the main order by seeking a clarification to fix a timeline for such imposition, which was also granted by the Honorable Court, and they came heavily on the government, saying that the government is not respecting orders of court and it had to do it immediately. So they've given it a time of 2 weeks to comply with the order. So all in all, a very huge victory for FADA, a very huge victory for the general public who are now seeking to buy cars, because the process is made much more easier without handling the bureaucracy at the state government level. So I think it was a more than a brief. I think even for us it was a job well done for protecting the interests of all stakeholders involved. So I think that's fine.
So I'll just like to elaborate on this. So we filed the writ in December 2023. The favorable order, which Rahul was referring to, we got it in June 2024. From June till date, we have been requesting the state government to implement. We've been getting very vague answers that we are still looking into it. We are seeing that how well we can implement it. And in the meantime, they went to Supreme Court. Their petition got dismissed. We didn't have any choice because we were not getting any headways with the state government. We had no choice but to file a contempt petition. The outcome of the contempt petition was neutral, in the sense that the court said that we have to go again back to the same bench and get an order on the timeline within which the first order, which got in June 24, to be implemented. And on 24th of October this year, we got that order that within 2 weeks of serving of the order, a certified copy of the order, this particular thing has to be implemented. The new CMVR rules have to be implemented in the state of Tamil Nadu. I'll just like to brief you, though Rahul has told you about this, that what exactly this will mean to us as dealers in the state of Tamil Nadu. Whenever a new vehicle is launched by an OEM, we know there is a requirement of type approval. For every new vehicle, every new variant, as per the current regulations in the state of Tamil Nadu, we are supposed to take that vehicle to the Transport Commissioner's office. We are supposed to submit the ARI approvals to the Transport Commissioner's office, along with some additional documents or some additional weightage to that particular file. Only then the vehicle can be registered in this state. Under the current changes which have been done, under the current changes which now have been implemented, no state government has got any authority for type approvals. Type approvals will be done centrally. The OEM will be applying to either ICAT or to ARI, and once those type approvals are done, there is a dedicated website. All the state governments can go to the website and verify on the type approvals. The OEM, when they are delivering vehicles to the dealerships, they will upload the details of those vehicles which have been type approved on the Vahan website, and the data gets auto fetched when the dealer is registering those vehicles. So there is no authority for the state government for any type approvals. That's one. Second, when we are registering vehicles, there is no role of the local RTO office. No role of the local RTO office means it is supposed to be a faceless registration. We take the documents from the customer, we upload the entire set of documents on Vahan portal. There is a OTP which gets generated. That OTP, with that OTP verification, we register the vehicle, pay the registration charges online, and the vehicle number gets auto-populated. It gets auto-generated. There is no intervention from the local RTO. There is no approval which is required. Once the number is generated, we can immediately place order for HSRP, get the HSRP affixed on the vehicle, and deliver the vehicle. That's the process. Intrastate TRC, intrastate temporary registration, which Rahul was mentioning, there is no requirement of intrastate registration, intrastate temporary registration. Why? Because now we as applicants on behalf of the customers, we as dealers on behalf of customers, we can apply registration for that customer in any of the RTO across state. Let me just repeat it. We can apply for registration in any of the RTOs within the state. The number will get immediately generated. Say for example, if a customer is based out of Chennai, he can probably apply even in Coimbatore. He can take a Coimbatore registration number with a Chennai address, and vice versa we can do it. And the number gets auto-generated even in case of fancy numbers. So fancy numbers also, there is all the numbers, the auction process is now very well defined on Vahan. The bidding is done online, the number is allocated online to the customer. So everything is supposed to be faceless. In fact, I would just like to state one more point over here is that there are state governments who have gone even further, in the sense they've even gone paperless. Today in the current rules and regulations, the state government can still ask for the customer file, the registration document post the registration is done. So there are governments wherein they say that probably within 15 days or within a month you can submit the customer documents post registration, post delivering of the vehicle. But there are state governments who have said that no need to give us any papers. The original file can be given back to the customer with an affidavit which gets again uploaded on Vahan, which states that as and when the file is required by the RTO, the customer will take his file to the RTO office. So probably at the time of transfer, if the RTO says that I would like to see the physical file, at that time the customer's responsibility is to take the file directly to the RTO. So that is the kind of process, that is the kind of system. There is no need for any inspection of vehicles. Today probably in Tamil Nadu, they're still insisting for each vehicle to be taken to the RTO for inspection. In fact, today morning, today morning when I was in the new FADA's South Zone office, so I was just going through the history. In 1998, there was a representation by the then association which was active in the state of Tamil Nadu for waiver of physical verification of dealer stock, and which is supposed to be done at the dealership only. And they got a favorable order from the state government then in 1999. But still, now we know that there is an order that within 2 weeks the new thing will be implemented. My request to all the dealers would be that please ensure that we adhere to all the norms. We deliver all the vehicles with HSRP because Once we don't go to the local RTO offices for any of our jobs, we know initially there would be some kind of a resistance from the local RTO offices. So to avoid that resistance, probably we need to ensure that we follow all the rules, regulations. We don't deliver any vehicle without registration. If any vehicle is going out of our dealership, it has to be compulsory be with a unregistered vehicle going out of our dealership. It has to be compulsory be on a Form 19. All the documents inside. So please ensure all those things. And if there are any questions, we can take a couple of questions because I've been told that the minister is about to reach the venue in next 5 minutes. If there are any questions on this, probably I can take it. Otherwise, I am around till evening. You can speak to us offline, and we are more than willing to answer any of your queries.
I understand why this session was kept before the minister arrived.
So thanks, Rahul, for helping us in this, and it's a great battle which we could not do without you, and the victory will be celebrated today in the evening. So we request you to please stay back, and thanks a lot. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just a second. So till the time we have time before the minister comes in. Why I said to be very conscious about following the law, because if we are delivering a vehicle without HSRP, the onus is on the OEM and on the dealership. So we can be there are set penalties in the Motor Vehicle Act. Say, for example, if we do it without HSRP, we're supposed to pay a fine of up to 5,000 rupees per vehicle, which we deliver. And even our trade certificate can be suspended. If we deliver a vehicle without registration, it's supposed to be a crime. There can be imprisonment for dealer principal up to 3 years. And a fine of up to 10 times the tax amount, or 10 times of tax amount or lifetime tax, whichever is higher. So for example, if it's a Mercedes delivered without registration, the dealer is supposed to pay the equal amount of registration tax as fine. So that's the reason I'm saying. So we can still have resistance from the local RTO offices. So please be very conscious. Don't involve any middlemen, because now we don't require for registration. Once the entire thing gets implemented, you would not require any middleman for getting your vehicle registered. Your back office guy, your person who's handling your DMS, he can easily do the registration. The registration process is so simple and so easy. You would not require anyone for getting your registration done. So these are just few points from my experience I would like to share with you. Thank you.